Hello, I'm District 4 Councilman Ron Bowen, and welcome to another edition of PSL Living, your chance to learn about the people, places, and things that make our community very special. And today we have a two-part segment of our show because it's so important, and we're going to talk with people about art and culture here in the area. And with me are two special guests, Anita Prentice.
Thank you.
Anita Prentice and Holly Theuns. How are you, ladies?
Very good, thanks.
We were chatting before, and I think I told you before we started talking that a community without art and culture, to me, is not a complete community. And again, there's a kind of a hole or a donut here in St. Lucie County as far as art and culture goes. And I know that a lot of people have come from different areas of the country, whether it be the northeast part, Boston, Philadelphia, Washington, New York, or places like Cleveland, Ohio, for myself, that have been exposed to art and culture. So we're here to talk about art and culture here for, again, not one segment, but two segments. And I just wanted to introduce you ladies and then have you talk about what we're doing right now with the art and culture in the community and how the community can get involved.
Well, thanks, Ron. You know, I'm Anita Prentice, and you might know me from the Mosaic benches and the Mosaic in the Port St. Lucie Botanical Garden. But I'm also an art collector. I buy art, I make art, I study art. I think it's really important. I go hear live music, I see live theater, and I think we have a lot more here than anyone can imagine.
Well, my name is Holly Theuns. I'm the executive director of Art Mundo, which is an art not-for-profit located in Fort Pierce. And we really work to create an art opportunity for everybody to display art, to take classes. I'm an artist myself. I take everybody's classes. I take pottery classes, I take painting classes, and I really enjoy all of the mediums. I haven't decided what kind of artist I'm going to be when I grow up. I'm going to continue taking everybody's classes until I find out.
I was kind of blessed in a way because when coming from Cleveland, Ohio, they did expose us to the art and culture at a very early age. I think I shared that with you, Anita. By the time you were in the 6th grade in Cleveland, they had field trips to the Cleveland Museum of Art, Severance Hall to hear the Cleveland Orchestra play and everything else. So again, what's the big void right now, as far as I'm concerned, is art and culture here in St. Lucie County.
I have a quote from Barbara Jordan, the late U.S. representative, building bridges to arts, culture, and community. The arts are a response to our individuality and our nature and help to shape our identity. The arts are not a frill and should not be treated like frivolous. They have the potential to become the driving force for healing division and divisiveness. And what does that mean? It means that pulls us together as a community the more we are involved in being creative and with the culture.
Well, and Anita and I have attended Convening Culture, which is a conference that's put on each year by the Florida Department of Arts and Culture. And people from all over the state of Florida come together to focus on arts and culture. And Ken Detzner, who's the Secretary of State of Florida, is the Chief Cultural Officer for the state. So the state of Florida really takes culture seriously. And this is a quote from Ken. "We must seize the opportunity to strengthen the economy and impact the quality of life for all Floridians and ensure that both residents and visitors have access to the transformative power of arts and cultural experiences. It's our goal that the division acts as a leader and an incubator for arts and culture in Florida, and that the division is a guiding force for ensuring Florida is a place where artists can work, children can learn and practice art in schools, and Florida communities can benefit from thriving cultural organizations. The state of Florida has an art and cultural 2015-2020 strategic plan."
Wow.
That's how seriously
It's serious business. So
sure, and from what I think, just talking to you ladies on previous occasions, I myself am learning more and more each visit. first of all, there is no starving artist.
There is no starving. That's an old thought.
But you do it for a living, number one. And number two, the economic impact it has in certain communities, too. I don't know if you can expound on that or not, Holly.
The economic impact of the arts is huge. In fact, Art Mundo is working with Americans for the Arts, which is a national organization. Every 5 years, they do an economic prosperity study, and they go around the country, select 16 communities, and have surveys to check for economic development in the arts. And as an example, the Brevard Cultural Alliance, 1,537 jobs are created through arts and culture in their community.
$125 million in total sales.
Wow.
71.3 million added to the GBT.
It's amazing. And Palm Beach has done the study. Broward County has done the study. Art Mundo is doing it with St. Lucie County. Come May of 2017, we will have the data for St. Lucie County to share with everyone in the county, all of the arts organizations, all of our legislators, all of our government entities, exactly the power and economic benefit of the arts to our county.
Just want to remind everybody, we have botanical gardens that have art. We have museums, we have theater, we have live music. Actually, St. Lucie County has the largest group of people in the Florida Hall of Fame, the Florida Artists Hall of Fame. 27 people from St. Lucie County are in the Florida Hall of Fame. Yes, the highwaymen, there's a lot of them, 26, Beanie Backus. Jacqueline Bryce studied with Beanie Backus. Zora Neale Hurston came and lived in Fort Pierce. She's from Eatonville, but she is connected to St. Lucie County. Stetson Kennedy wrote a book, a writer called The Klan Unmasked. He was Zora's boss during the WPA, the Writers Project. You all remember A Chicken in Every Pot? Well, the Writers Project hired writers and artists to do a myriad of things in the United States dealing with arts right after the Depression, the Great Depression. So the arts were brought in that time to upgrade the United States.
Mm-hmm. To increase us economically and also help us heal.
That's true. That's true. About the Art Mundo situation in the organization itself, are you looking for not necessarily volunteers, but you're looking for some support or?
A lot of support.
We're looking for a lot of support.
I went to one of your fundraisers and it was very, very nice. My wife and I enjoyed ourselves. Before you even digress to that, again, I think you've answered the question, but most people, I think you and I were talking, Anita, most people think that art is just paintings.
It isn't.
And that's it.
And little sculptures, and it's so encompassing of everything we do. It's culinary. The culinary.
Tattoo artists.
I saw on your, that's why I mentioned it, how I saw on your brochure, if you turn it over, it tells you all the different things you have there.
We have a variety we have wood burning, we've got clay, we have mosaics, we have collage, we've got oil painting. There's just a variety of different mediums located within the 111 Orange building downtown. And also throughout downtown Fort Pierce, we've really developed right now a group of artists who have, Art Mundo's acted as an incubator, if you will. Artists have started out in this building, and then they have grown their practice, and they are now moving out and growing beyond this one location downtown into empty street fronts downtown in the city.
And there's
it's really exciting.
And there's a lot of Port St. Lucie artists here, too. When there was a meeting, a call to the meeting when we were talking about some areas you might have here in Port St. Lucie to bring artists, I couldn't believe how many artists that are down here, and they just need some place to connect and explode.
I think I've shared with you before, Anita, that I'm a big advocate of the city working with the art community, Holly. The city owns 6 bays behind the Bell's Outlet on City Center. And the City Center, again, is, still struggling to get its some kind of identity, but I'd love to have those 6 bays, which are storing water meters right now, from my understanding, turned into some kind of public art studio with a coffee house and more people where the art community could actually gather together.
And I heard one person told me, well, artists just want that free thing, and that's not what it's about. Artists don't necessarily need this free thing to create, but we do need a space, and we need a space.
Hub. We create energy by feeding off of each other and working together. If you create a bunch of artists in one location, that energy then spreads throughout the location. So what we need is a start. Like the sourdough bread. We need an incubator, we need a starter to get things started. And Port St. Lucie could be a thriving arts destination in no time. Artists are really good at creating community.
And you think of historically, think of all over the United States, little blighted areas. The artists move in, and then everybody wants to be around that because they want to be around that creative energy. We all want to hear that live music. We all want to have that wonderful little meal that's artsy.
As beautiful on the plate as it is in your mouth.
We all want to see the pictures that are hanging on the walls. We're all drawn to that because we need it in our lives. Well, historically, it's amazing. Why do people go to certain places in Europe to go see the art? You go to Florence to go see the art.
And what bridges our cultures? There was a fascinating exhibit recently at the Bacchus Museum about Haitian art, and I learned a tremendous amount about the Haitian community and their history through art. We can bridge between our cultures with art and teach each other what we need to know about other cultures and share and grow together.
Because we are a melting pot. The United States is a melting pot. And we are down here, and there's a reason why artists are drawn to this part of the world, just like they were in the Mediterranean and France. We're the same thing. I've always said that.
Well, hopefully we can get some energy here going in Port St. Lucie. I don't know if you wanted to if we have time here to talk about the 10 reasons to support the arts. I know you had some stuff written down.
I've got some written down here. Arts are an industry. Art organizations are responsible for businesses, employers, and consumers. Okay. They spend money locally and they generate government revenue. So here's nonprofit arts organizations generate $166 billion in economic activity. People don't realize how much money art brings to the community. That's only one reason.
Okay, we're going to take a short break or end this segment and come back, and we'll kind of go back over the 10 reasons to get together, and we'll talk more about Art Mundo and again how the community can be involved in the growth of the arts and culture community.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ron.
We'll be right back here after these important messages.